They told you to be good. From childhood, that lesson was carved into your bones like scripture. Be kind, be generous, be soft. They said goodness would win you love, respect, loyalty, and peace. Teachers praised it. Parents demanded it. Religion sanctified it. Goodness was painted as the one shining light that could never betray you. But the older you grew, the more you realized something ugly. Every time you bent over backwards for others, they took it as their right. Every time you gave too much, they expected more. And every time you chose peace over power, someone stronger, someone smarter, took advantage of you. The truth? The world does not reward blind goodness. It exploits it. Picture this. A man who never says no. He pays every bill when the group eats out. He's always available, always helpful, always selfless. What happens? Do people admire him? Do they protect him in return? No. They call him nice, but secretly they see him as weak. They laugh when he's not around. And one day when he needs help, when he finally asks for something back, silence answers him. That silence is not an accident. It's human nature. And no one understood that better than Niccolò Machiavelli. 500 years ago, this man sat down and wrote a book that shocked the world, The Prince. It was banned, cursed, and feared because it stripped away the comforting illusions people wanted to believe. Machiavelli dared to say what no one else would. People aren't moved by your intentions. They're moved by what you do, what you produce, and how you wield power. Goodness by itself, it's a liability. Imagine you are a sheep in a forest full of wolves. You can be the kindest sheep alive. You can smile, share food, even bow to the wolves. But what do wolves see? Dinner. They don't care about your virtue. They care about their hunger. This is how life works in families, friendships, workplaces, even love. Kindness without strength does not inspire loyalty. It invites predators. And here is the trap that most people fall into: generosity. You think giving more will make people grateful. You think sacrificing yourself will inspire others to protect you. But watch closely. The more you give, the faster people forget. Gratitude is not a permanent emotion. It's a flash in the moment. And the human mind adjusts quickly. Psychologists today call it hedonic adaptation, the tendency to normalize everything. Help someone once and they're thankful. Help them 10 times and they expect it. Refuse them once and they hate you. This is why Machiavelli warned, endless generosity will destroy you. If you always give, you will eventually have nothing left, and the people you gave everything to will abandon you without hesitation. But there's another side to this truth: appearances. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, few know what you really are." And here lies the genius. You don't have to be pure-hearted. You don't have to be merciful at every turn. You simply have to appear that way, strategically, when it benefits you. Wear the mask of virtue when the world is watching, but keep the sword of reality hidden beneath your cloak. Think about powerful leaders, ancient and modern. The ones who survived weren't blindly good. They were strategic. They chose moments of kindness, but they never drowned in it. They showed mercy when it secured loyalty, and cruelty when it secured order. And when history judged them, it remembered the results, not the intentions. You might think that sounds cold, but look at your own life. How many times have you worked hard, given your best, only to be overlooked? How many times have you loved someone with all your heart, only to be discarded when you stopped fulfilling their needs? The painful truth is this: people don't care about your sacrifice. They care about the benefit they receive. And the moment that benefit stops, their loyalty evaporates. That's why Machiavelli argued that it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. Fear creates boundaries. Love creates expectations. Fear commands respect. Love fades with time. Of course, blind cruelty is suicide. A tyrant falls eventually. But strategic strength, the ability to say no, to hold your power, to guard your resources, that is survival. Now let me take you deeper. There is an economy of power that most people ignore. Your time, your energy, your money, your emotions, these are all currencies. Spend them recklessly and you will be bankrupt. Spend them strategically and you will build an empire. Imagine yourself as a king in a small castle. You have only so many soldiers, so much food, so many weapons. If you open your gates to every beggar, if you send soldiers on every trivial mission, what happens when the real war arrives? You lose. Your kindness becomes the reason your people starve. This is why modern psychology echoes Machiavelli's warning. If you don't set boundaries, people will consume you. If you don't guard your oxygen, you'll suffocate while trying to help others breathe. Goodness must be disciplined. Generosity must be measured. Compassion must be balanced with self-preservation. But here's where it gets even darker. Most people don't even notice they're exploiting you. They believe they deserve it. When you always say yes, you train them to expect yes. When you always sacrifice, you train them to believe your life is less valuable than theirs. And then when you finally resist, they call you selfish. The illusion of gratitude shatters and you see the truth. You were never loved for your goodness. You were tolerated for your usefulness. So what do? Do you become cruel? Do you abandon kindness altogether? No, that's not the point. The point is strategic virtue. Kindness is powerful, but only when used with precision. A sword made of gold is useless if you hand it to every stranger. But if you keep it sheathed and draw it only when the moment demands, people will respect it. Use your goodness as a choice, not as a default. Let your yes carry weight because your no is firm. Help, but only when it doesn't drain your core. Give, but only when it strengthens the bond instead of weakening it. Show mercy, but only when it secures loyalty. In this way, your kindness becomes a weapon, not a weakness. And remember this. People do not remember what you intended. They remember what you delivered. A leader who fails, no matter how kind, is forgotten. Or worse, despised. A leader who succeeds, even if ruthless, is remembered as strong. Results matter. Outcomes matter. History does not build monuments to the nicest people. It builds them to the survivors, the conquerors, the ones who held power long enough to leave a legacy. Now ask yourself, what legacy are you building? Are you draining yourself, hoping one day people will finally repay your sacrifices? Or are you protecting your strength, choosing your kindness with wisdom, and ensuring that your survival comes first? Because without survival, there is no legacy. Without power, there is no voice. Without strength, your story dies with you. This is the hidden truth society never wanted you to hear. They told you to be good, to obey, to give endlessly. Because a world full of obedient givers is easy to control. But the real game belongs to those who see beyond the mask, the wolves in sheep's clothing, the foxes who play humble while planning their moves, the lions who know when to roar and when to wait. You must become one of them. Not by abandoning your humanity, but by sharpening it. By protecting your oxygen first, then choosing when to share it. By guarding your castle, then deciding who earns entry. By wearing the mask of goodness when it serves you, but never forgetting the steel beneath it. And so the final lesson is this. Don't aim to be loved blindly. Don't aim to be feared blindly. Aim to be respected. Respect is born from balance, enough kindness to inspire loyalty, enough strength to enforce boundaries, enough mercy to win allies, enough discipline to crush betrayal. This is the path Machiavelli revealed. This is the truth that survived centuries of denial. The dangerous lie is that goodness is enough. The reality is that survival comes first, then power, then legacy. If you want to be remembered, if you want to be free, if you want to live without being consumed, stop being blindly good. Become strategically powerful.